I could have done that, and how did not see the horror of the past, the cruelty, the shame of those our lives lost, and no one takes blame. The grief and all the pain, they will not go away. We never will forget
For the first time, Indigenous elders and families and non-Indigenous community members visited the cemetery. So when Burns asked to take a group of grade 12 Native Studies students up to his property to view the cemetery, she assumed it would be a yes. But a month after she tried to contact him, there was still no response.
As part of their studies of the history and the time and issues that are facing people here in our community, we wanted to go up to the industrial school site and then also walk to the cemetery and have a chance to view the graveyard, look at the names that are there listed on the cairn. We were possibly going to do a bit of cleanup on the site as well. It's fairly overgrown right now.
Then some news. Wayne Knopp said yes to the students. Still, he was non-committal about future access. He said in the past he worries people will party on the site rather than respect it. And that worries the group made up of Burns and 2 Battleford area lawyers. They've been successful in getting the cemetery set as a municipal heritage site, but they're still hitting roadblocks in planning visits and community gatherings at the site. I spoke to Wayne Knopp, but he didn't want to be quoted or speak on the record. I also spoke to the Registrar of Cemeteries for the province. He says according to the Cemeteries Act, landowners need to give reasonable access to the public. That means in any place where a body is interred. He also says that his office may need to get involved in order to find a reasonable solution for all parties involved. But the cemetery is on what is now private property owned by a couple living in Alberta. For the first time, they've given interested citizens permission to come see it.
He expressed some reservations. He was never absolutely opposed to people ever coming up here. But recently he's just thought about it, I think, a little bit more and has given permission for people to come up here when they're part of kind of an organized group, when it's for sort of an educational or a community visit with the site.
The industrial school was open from 1883 to 1914 and started with just a dozen students. When the school closed, it was taking at least 100 every year. In 1914, the school's principal wrote to the Department of Indian Affairs to express concern about the cemetery outside. He was worried people would forget about it since it wasn't well marked, and that almost happened. The increased access is a chance for people with long-lost relatives to possibly identify their ancestors and add some pieces to the puzzle of their history. For others, it's a chance to perform ceremonies that have been missed.
Access to here would allow the immediate families, I guess, to come in and pay their respects, and possibly in our home community, what we do is we keep a lot of the area clean and free of debris and such, but also again too in accordance with natural laws, the feasts and that are looked after by the families.
The group of concerned citizens have been working for over a year now to get public access to this site, and they say they'll keep going, possibly get it designated as a provincial heritage site. They have positive momentum that they don't want to lose.
It's really important that people remember the students who are buried here, and they remember the legacy of the Indian residential schools and the industrial schools. This, of course, was one of the first Indian residential schools in Canada, and there are a number of children who are buried here. As I said up there, the last residential school closed in 1997, so that's not long ago. It's just a little over 20 years ago. And for people of all races to come here and acknowledge these students and acknowledge the Indian residential school system is a good step towards reconciliation and learning the true history of Canadian colonization. So it's a really important step, especially here in the Battlefords.
I keep seeing smoke. Mom, I keep seeing cigarettes.
My son, when they took you away, you were so young and strong.
Hey-yo, hey, hey, be-yo, be-yo, hey-yo, hey, hey, be-yo, be-yo, hey-yo, hey-yo, hey, be-yo, be-yo, hey-yo, hey-yo, hey-yo. Remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Hey-lo, hey, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, hey, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, Remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Hey-oh, hey, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh, hey, be-oh, be-oh, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. Remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me. Hey-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh. Hey-oh, hey, hey, be-oh, hey-oh, hey-oh, hey, be-oh, hey-oh, 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 hey, be-oh, hey-oh, 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 hey-oh. Remember me, when the sun comes up in the morning sky. There I will be, soaring with the eagle so high, feeling free. Remember me, down the road, hand in hand, you and me.